Okay, so before Nick kills the game for everybody else, now that we know he can write poetry and he's got game and he doesn't even know it. He's a poet and he doesn't know it. Can he play touch rugby? That is the question. Yeah. Well, not as well as Amber. So we thought, let's teach him a thing or two in the kitchen. Now we're going to, with the help of Amber, whip up something that's got a nice emotional underpinning here. Very easy to make spaghetti bolognese recipe. Major box ticked there, and one that Nick absolutely adores. Now pretend to adore it on your face. I want to see that facial expression. This cherished dish was passed down from Amber's mom and has quickly become one of her absolute favorites and most requested meals to make, bursting with flavor and family tradition. That's how it works in our kitchen. So this is a great way to connect, because food is a love language.
It really is.
Okay, so I've started the ball rolling here. Initially, I thought it was 9 kilograms of garlic, but there are onions and garlics on the brown. They've been going, so I didn't want them to go too far, but you can jump right in and explain the recipe to us first of all.
Okay, so we spoke a bit earlier, in case you missed it, that when we got married, my mum gave me this recipe book because I think she was terrified that Nick and I were going to starve.
Oh, wow.
And so she gave me this recipe book that's filled with recipes that she knew that I'd love and that were relatively easy to make, because I'm not that gifted in the kitchen.
It's okay. I think honesty and authenticity has been a big thing this morning. Okay, so you've got that down. The first time you had this meal, okay?
Yes.
How did you react? Were you a little bit nervous that you wouldn't react in the right way?
I think when I had this meal for the first time, I basically found out that adage about the way to a man's heart is through his stomach
100%.
is true. It was the first time I realized that is a true saying, because I felt just a lot of love for Amber. And I said to her, if you can keep making this for me, we're going to have a long, happy marriage.
We're going to be okay, yeah. And it ticks a lot of the boxes when you're training as well.
Exactly.
It's really good. I think I might need to crank this up just a little bit for you. There we go. Just for the sake of TV. And of course, how it works in our world is we've got the most, as you would have met them now, our amazing team behind the scenes. They create beautiful dishes and we steal their thunder and pretend that we just made them.
Exactly.
Which is how we work in this kitchen. But most kitchens come with that generational understanding of love and relationship.
Yeah.
For you to be able to cook a meal that was handed down by your mom with all of the emotional context that comes with that, why is that so special?
Well, I think it's, like you said, it's a love language. And when we got married, I really wanted to, everything I do, I want to put my love into. And when I'm cooking for us, like, we love food. I love food. So I had to learn and to be able to cook something that my mum used to cook for us, that my gran used to cook for us, and cook for her, is so special. And I feel like you feel the love when I've like really put my effort into it. And I'm also I like to cook something that I know I can cook well. I'm not here to like risk it and like, I'm not 100%. Throwing in random things. I'm going to do something that I know I can do well.
And balance is in life, we need that. Are you the one who pushes the boat out a little bit then when it comes to these things? Now, I want to ask, because a kitchen is also a great place to discover any cracks in the foundation, okay? When you guys do hit that, who is the one that irritates the other the most, do you think? Because I'm definitely the most irritating one in my relationship.
I would say I irritate Amber the most, but I think it's because she's not as patient as I am. Not that I'm more irritated.
Is that to you?
Irritating.
Yes, that's not the most irritating thing you've said.
It's irritatingly true. I have to be honest.
Yeah, but
Nick's got a patience scale that runs way too far.
But I enjoy accents and just making noises.
Nice to meet you.
He's been practicing his
spaghetti bolognese. Not my accents aren't very good, but I really enjoy just making noises at home and just being noisy. And so,
it's always great after a long day when you just want maybe just a bit of silence or some peace.
Or to hear something intelligent, remotely, something that makes sense, that actually has context in what we're talking about.
We're going to do this.
Absolutely hilarious. Okay, that was quite aggressive there. The tomatoes are tomato.
That is actually one of the keys to our success, is I know my place in handing over spices and condiments. That's basically where I live.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm a side seat driver in the kitchen. So I'm wanting to just like move your thing there, but I can feel the level of control here, okay? So I'm not even going to rock the boat in that sense. Let's talk through the ingredients that are going in here. So it's herbs.
Yes, all the herbs.
Thyme, we've got rosemary, and we've got oregano.
Yes.
Really, really nice and simple.
Always good. So I think we're going to then go straight in with the tomato sauce, throw
Okay.
that in, and then we'll start spicing,
it,
and
man.
then we got the tomato paste. Babes, do you want to
Yeah, I'll have a go at that.
just toss it
Things
in?
with an Italian accent. Okay. Mamma mia. I think you and Ryle can have a little accent off, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing, and we get to know each other very well on this show because we literally wake up with each other every single day. But the more excited he gets, the more his accent starts to meander.
Yes.
And it can often be somewhere between kind of Sri Lanka and the Caribbean. It's just beautiful. There's definitely island and sea involved, as he is, but it's become a love language of ours, okay? There is something about the simplicity of these little moments when life gets too big. And maybe there is a hack in that when it comes to relationship, because you don't have to solve every problem every day.
Yeah.
But if you can focus on those smaller issues or just be harmonious
Yeah.
in the kitchen. Do you
Yeah.
guys have okay, I was going to say a safe word in that sense. When you are, one of you is pushing too hard, one of you has come in and not been able to leave work outside the door, or maybe one of you has pushed a button that you didn't intentionally mean to do that. Do you guys have a way of being able to kind of short circuit the moment and that
Yeah.
negative energy and take a step back? How do you deal with that?
This is actually something we really struggled with when we first started dating and first got married, because I'm somebody that wants to solve in the moment
I'm the
and
same
let's
way.
sort this out. And Amber is somebody that needs space and time to process and
Not kill
regulate.
you.
And
Yeah,
I was trying to say that and like regulate her
Grand
emotions.
thanks.
I think there's a lot of similarities here
We
in
should
our
go
lives.
for a
Yeah.
drink, yeah. And so one of the things actually we learned through couples therapy was that there's a moment when you need to realize that nothing constructive is going to happen if you
Yeah.
keep pressing now. And that's actually, I think, one of our most important skills now.
Yeah.
Is if one of us realizes the other person is not ready to chat or is close to kind of a threshold emotionally, just to walk away.
Let's put a pin in that one.
Yeah.
We'll
and-
just leave it there on the
Yeah.
vision board for
and
later,
it's
yeah?
amazing how quickly you can actually then, if you step away, repair things.
Yeah.
I love that because you're practical about it. You mentioned couples therapy, and I think it's very challenging for couples to broach that because you think something must be failing or broken to be able to go and do that. Whereas we've heard the benefit of having life coaches, having a
Yeah.
neutral to be able to help mediate. Why has that been so important for you guys?
I think firstly, it's important to not let something break and then try and solve it. And I think that's what we found. Like, as soon as we started to feel like there was something here that needed to be repaired, it hadn't broken, but we were missing each other on some things. That's when we went and seeked help, because it's really difficult to fix something that's already broken, but rather
preempt.
to work on, exactly, be proactive about it. And honestly, Nick was really good at that because he was the one that said, let's go speak to someone. I was like, I want to talk to someone about my problems. But he encouraged us, and it was so beneficial to our marriage and our relationship.
Kudos to both of you. Well, that is looking absolutely
It is looking
amazing.
good.
I don't feel like I've earned the right to be able to taste this food. I think Carissa needs to come in and have a little taste of the spaghetti bolognese because she is...
Oh, what a privilege, what an honor. Thank you. I'm an
look-
official taster today.
And this comes with generations of love woven in, eh? Okay, you can tell by the taste how much love
smell
Amber has put
too.
into it, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'm not going to make you taste the unfinished version. Go ahead, yourself a little taste over there. You can
Okay.
have your own
There's a full.
little, you mentioned Lady and the Tramp moment, okay?
I'll have it with myself.
Oh, no, I was going to say, welcome to our life on Expresso. You're constantly out, eating out, doing these amazing things on your own, okay?
Okay, let me get the perfect bite.
So while you do that, of course, we have got a lot more love and life on the way. And
Oh, yes.
That is great.
good enough to sing about.
I
Well,
think so.
in
Not me,
fact,
though.
Yeah, luckily we've got one of the best in the business, a future goat in the house. In fact, is going to be singing some new music, something that you can sink your teeth into in just a moment. And then, of course, yes, we are going to continue being loved up and exploring how we can get the most out of our relationships and our time in 2025. You've nailed
Delicious.
that, eh?
Looks good, smells good.
Nailed it.